This past weekend at the MDI Global Finals, Perplex experienced a return to form that we haven't seen from them in years. And with their backs against the wall in the Grand Finals against Mandatory, they showed us what can only be described as a perfect Stonevault, completing the entire run in less than 10 minutes. The first pull of the dungeon is mostly standard, with Divine Field pulling all the trash in the hallway into the pack on the left, in addition to the 2 earth-infused golems you need to kill off to spawn Edna. While the AoE damage from these golems is dangerous, it's mostly mitigated by the cooldowns from the Disc Priest, in addition to the healing Enhanced Shaman can do during their cooldowns. As long as they don't let a Howling Fear cast go off, the group should be fine. Swag is notably able to save his major cooldowns during this pull, allowing him to carry the boss damage after the pack is dead. The major difference in Perplex strategy begins once Edna goes down. Generally, we'll see teams pull the first Forge Loader, pulling 3 packs together. Divine Field, however, has other plans. The team goes through the Forge Loader, around the corner, grabbing 3 more packs and line of sighting everything around a pillar, while also grabbing the Dwarven versatility buff the dungeon provides. The main difficulty of this pull is on the tank. The Aspiring Forge Hands stack a debuff on the tank, increasing their damage taken by 5% per stack. Without resetting this, the tank can easily die. Divine does end up using both his Metamorphosis and proccing his Last Resort, but ultimately is able to stay alive throughout the pull. You'd think a pull of this size would need every cooldown in the book to deal with, but it's actually only the Infernal used from the Warlock to deal with this pack. After pulling 20% of the dungeon into a corner, team is not ready to take any breaks. 2 more packs of trash get pulled into the Master Machinists. This time, it's the Rogue and the Enhanced Shaman's time to shine. Cooldown saved just to blast the boss. Wolf Disco on the Warlock, however, isn't quite dead weight. Even without the cooldowns, the Warlock is more than capable of dishing out comparable single target damage over the boss encounter. And the Warlock actually talents into more single target in this dungeon just so they can still do good boss damage. Of course, Warlock is already just naturally good at 2 target damage, so they can kind of keep up even without cooldowns on this boss. If you've been paying attention, you'll notice I haven't mentioned Bloodlust yet. Perplex has been saving this for one massive payoff pull. Making their way to the Skarmorak Wing, they begin to set it up. Divine Field skips past a trash pack with Shadow Meld, and they start pulling. Every single monster in this section of the dungeon is gathered in the boss room, and Skarmorak is tagged in. They've saved every cooldown on the book for this, but it's the Warlock with Power Infusion, Infernal, and a 40-stack Spymaster's Web who does the brunt of the damage saved up for this pull. 30 million DPS, bursting through the boss, bursting through the trash, allowing Perplex to skip the first fortified shellcast on the boss, less than 40 seconds into the pull. With most of the difficulty of the dungeon behind them, Perplex finally has a brief moment of respite. A small pull of just a few honor guards and a rock golem lets them reset their cooldowns and get ready for the end of the dungeon. This pull without cooldowns still isn't easy. A poorly placed charge from the honor guards can quickly take out either of the clothies in the group. With the cooldowns back up, they swiftly chain the remaining trash into the final boss, making quick work of the enemies. When the clock stops, Perplexed have set the fastest time in Stonevault we've seen all season, a sub 10-minute timer. While Perplexed didn't win the weekend, this is the best gameplay we've seen from them as a squad in many years. And if they can keep this level of gameplay up, it'll be a fantastic team to watch in the coming months of competition. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one, and remember to tune into the Great Push in January next year to see if Perplex can challenge Mandatory for the title.